We have all heard the stories of parents who have toilet trained their toddler in a matter of days. It seems too good to be true, but it is absolutely possible. I toilet trained both of my kids in 2 to 3 days, and I know lots of other parents who have done it too. So in this video, I'm going to share 8 things to do to toilet train your little one fast. The very first and most important thing you need to know is that your child is ready for toilet training. If they are not ready, then toilet training can drag on for months or even years. So how do you know if your child is ready? Really, you're looking for 2 things. Firstly, they should be able to stay dry for 1 to 2 hours at a time, which generally happens at around 2 years of age, and they want to be doing soft form poos. So we want to ensure that they are not constipated. If they're constipated, you want to hold off toilet training until that has been addressed. Once you have determined that your child is ready for toilet training, the very first thing you want to do is click on the link in the description box below to get my free toilet training essentials list, which I outline the products that are going to make this process a whole lot easier for you. And the next thing you want to do is increase your child's awareness of wet, dry, and dirty. For your child to toilet train successfully, they need to be able to tell the difference between wet, dry, and dirty. And unfortunately, this means getting rid of nappies and nappy pull-ups because they're simply too good at absorbing away the moisture following a wee, which makes it near impossible for your child to identify that they are wet. So to increase your child's awareness of wet, dry, or dirty, you want to swap out that nappy with underwear or training pull-ups. Training pants have an extra layer of absorbent material which is sewn into the crotch, which will soak up small accidents and those little dribbles on the way to the toilet, but they won't absorb big accidents. Also, they stay wet, which ensures that your child will learn the difference between wet and dry. Now, if you're not quite ready to get rid of nappies because you just can't stand the mess that comes with accidents, then you can continue to allow your child to wear nappies, but just get them to wear undies inside the nappies. Using training pants, undies, or placing undies inside nappies does 3 things. Firstly, it allows your child to feel the difference between wet, dry, and clean. And it also increases their overall discomfort once they have wet or soiled themselves. So generally children don't like feeling that sensation, and they will be motivated to try and use the toilet or the potty or change their pants. And lastly, it gives them a sense of control and independence as they are able to pull their undies on and off when they're hopping on and off the toilet or getting changed. And this is a skill that they're going to need in the future. The next thing you want to do is make sure you never ask your child, do you want to go to the toilet? I can guarantee when you ask your child this question, 99% of the time they are going to say no. And that is because going to the toilet is boring. They would prefer to play. And they are also learning what those body signals mean to say that they need to go to the toilet. So next time you see your child jumping on the spot or showing you that they need to go to the toilet, instead of saying, do you want to go to the toilet? Highlight what you are seeing and what it means. So you would simply say, Sarah, you're jumping on the spot. Your body is saying it needs to go to the toilet. It's toilet time. When you state it like this, you are taking away the option for your child to say no because it's no longer a question, it's just a statement. And you're also increasing their awareness of what their body does when it's trying to tell them that they need to go to the toilet. When you do take your child to the toilet, make sure they only sit on the toilet for a maximum of 5 minutes. It's important that your child does not see you sitting on the toilet as a form of punishment, which can happen if they're made to sit on the toilet for a long period of time in an attempt to catch that poo or that wee. You also want your child to realize that when you go to the toilet, you do a poo or a wee, you don't just sit there and watch a device while nothing happens. Therefore, to help your child make this connection and prevent it from being seen as a form of punishment, they should only sit on the toilet for the time that it takes them to do a wee or a maximum of 5 minutes. Now, if your child initially refuses to do a poo into the potty or toilet, then that is okay. Do not force them to do this. It is really common that pooing in a toilet or a potty is one of the last skills a child will achieve before they are fully toilet trained. And that is because pooing into a potty or toilet is scary. Some children are scared about the water splashing back on their bottom. They might be afraid that they're losing a bit of their body when the poo falls out. They might be scared that they're going to get sucked into the toilet, or the last time they pooed it might have hurt, so they don't want to do it again. To help your child overcome this fear, you need to use a gradual approach. And the first thing you need to do is get your child to be comfortable doing poos in the bathroom or the same room where the toilet is. And the way you do that is simply allowing them to continue to wear their nappy, but do it in the bathroom. Don't let them go and hide behind the couch or do it in their bedroom. When they have finished pooing in their nappy, you would simply take their nappy off and then you would flush the poo down the toilet and say poos go in the toilet while you flush it away. Now, once your child is comfortable doing poos in the bathroom, the next thing you want to do is see if they're ready to use the toilet. But if they're not yet ready, then you allow them to use the nappy, but encourage them to sit on the toilet. So you're getting one step closer to the toilet. And then once they're comfortable doing that, you can then see if they're ready to use the toilet. And if they're not, then you simply cut a hole in the nappy before putting it on them, and this will ensure that the poo will fall out of the nappy, but give them a sense of security because they will be able to feel that nappy while they're going to the toilet. And then gradually you will remove the nappy. While your child is learning to use the toilet, you are going to notice that accidents happen. Unfortunately, they're just part of the toilet training process, but how you respond following an accident can have a direct impact on how long the toilet training process happens and how often your little one has accidents. Yelling, screaming, shaking your head, showing your child that you're disappointed following an accident can actually increase the number of accidents they're having. Your child may become fearful of your response and start to hide when they do wheeze or poos. They might become fearful of just using the toilet in general, or they may choose to do accidents because that interaction with you following an accident is seen as attention. So instead of screaming or yelling at your child following an accident, stay calm and say something like, "John, I can see you've had an accident. Your pants are wet. Let's go to the toilet and get changed." Following an accident, it's important that your child gets changed into a fresh pair of clothes in the bathroom or the room where the toilet is, rather than in their bedroom or in the lounge room. And this just ensures that your child has the opportunity to go through and practice those steps required for using the toilet. So they would practice pulling down their pants and their underwear, sitting on the toilet to finish that poo or wee if needed, wiping their bottom, then pulling up their underwear, then flushing the toilet, and then going to wash their hands. It also gives them an opportunity to get used to the smells in the bathrooms of the chemicals, as well as the noise of that flushing toilet, which can often be quite scary for children. It is also really important that your child feels comfortable when they're sitting on the toilet, because we need them to be able to relax their muscles to do a poo or a wee. And this simply cannot happen if your child is having to hold themselves up to stop themselves falling into the toilet. Also, for them to be able to successfully do a poo, we want their knees to be higher than their hips. So if you want to know exactly how you can help to make your child feel comfortable when using the toilet, make sure you watch this video where I share with you 2 essential items that you must get before you start toilet training, because it's going to make the process a whole lot easier for you and your little one.
Don't start potty training until you've watched this, please. I've helped thousands of parents potty train, and this is exactly how I do it every single time, all right? So before you start potty training, you are going to want to make sure you do these 2 things. Get lots of fibrous foods in your child. We do not want them constipated. That will screw up potty training faster than you can say cheese. Don't know why I said cheese, but it's so important that their poop is coming out super soft, they don't have to push hard, and that it feels comfortable, okay? Number 2 is making sure you are using the bathroom in front of your child and be excited about it. Go to the bathroom, poop, go, oh, wow, there's mommy's poop, yay, mommy's poop. That's where you poop. Make sure that they feel safe, okay? Now let's jump into it. Days 1 through 3. The first day you're gonna wake up, you're gonna take off the diaper, you're gonna say, all done diapers, no more diapers. Then they are going to be naked from the waist down, all right? So you put a long sleeves on them, some socks, but make sure you can see their crotch, okay? So you are doing naked bottom, you are arm's length away. Y'all, this is not going to work unless you are within arm's length watching your child. It is exhausting, it's tiring, it's brain numbing, but it is proven to work, okay? So you're gonna have to push through that. So you are going to be filling them up with lots of fluid, okay? If it's water juice, water, milk, chocolate milk, whatever you feel comfortable giving your child, okay? I'm not telling you to give them anything you're not comfortable with, but you need to give them above average fluids. And that is because we want them to have that pressure on their bladder so they get lots and lots of practice feeling it and having success on the potty. All right, so you're giving them lots of fluids. You're setting the timer for 25 to 30 minutes. Because they're having so much fluid, they should have to go a little bit more than normal. All right, so they are going to pee on the floor. They've been in diapers their whole life. All right, this is brand new to them. They're going to start peeing on the ground. When they start peeing on the ground, you're going to pick them up. You're going to say, oh, pee-pee doesn't go on the floor, pee-pee goes on the potty, and you're gonna run them to the bathroom, and even if the tiniest little bit goes into the toilet, you're going to praise them. Let's go, you pee-pee, let's go! And I give my kids a little tiny mini M&M and praise them. They love it, all right? But you give them whatever you're comfortable with. All right, so if they have not used the bathroom in about 25 to 30 minutes and your timer goes off, you are not going to say, time to go to the bathroom. No, you're going to say, ooh, Bear needs to go to the bathroom. Let's run with Bear to the bathroom. Pick up Bear, run to the bathroom, have Bear sit on their lap, and have them use the bathroom. You want to make it fun, all right? So that is what day 1 through 3 looks like, all right? Super hard work, very tedious, exhausting, but it works, okay? You are going to put diapers on for nap and nighttime. We are not stressing them out for sleep yet, okay? So day 4 and 5 is very similar, just now they're going to have pants on. You want to have light colored pants, and you're going to have to watch even more closely because now they have pants on, right? You can't see it squirting out of them immediately, all right? So you're watching even more closely, and you're talking about keeping their pants dry. Ooh, you have pants on. Let's keep them dry. Check yourself. Are you dry? All right. You are now going to be within arm's length, but you can cut back on the fluids some, not a whole lot. We want it more than normal, but you can cut back a little bit, maybe not as much as day 1 through 3. All right, so you want to back up that timer now. So now the timer can be around 40 to 60 minutes, okay? You're going to have to judge your own child. I won't be there with you, so you're going to have to judge and make that call yourself, okay? But it's going to look exactly the same. We're praising our child. If they start peeing in their pants, we're picking them up, getting them to the potty. Same exact process, just with those little tweaks. Still using the diaper for nap and night. Now, day 6 and 7, they're going to be fully clothed. Now you get out the undies and you say, ooh, look at these undies. Oh, I have undies on. Daddy has undies on. Grandma has undies on. Let's keep them dry. We have to keep these dry and nice. Ooh, fancy. Really make it a big deal, right? They have underwear on now. Now we are going to have the timer even longer, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, 120 minutes, 2 hours, whatever it is. You can now go back to normal fluids, all right? Day 6 and 7, you can be on normal fluids now. You don't have to up it up, okay? Be normal. Now, we are still within arm's length away. We are still right there with your child, okay? And you are still using the diaper for nap and nighttime, okay? And we're still praising them. Praise, 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 praise. Excited. Push through the pain, okay? We got to get this done. So some of the questions I get asked is, what if my child is not telling me they need to go? Well, my question to you is, are they holding in their bladder and waiting for the timer? If they're holding in their bladder and waiting for the timer to go off and using the bathroom, then yes, it is a success. You are now beginner level potty trained, all right? So that is wonderful. A beginner level potty trained child waits to use the bathroom, but isn't very good at telling you. So they're not having accidents, but they're not good at telling you. So that's beginner level, and that will change with time. It may take a couple days, it may take a couple weeks, it may take 2 or 3 months, but the goal is to use the potty. And if they're doing that, then they're doing great, and they will work on it. Okay, the next thing is, when can you stop using the diaper for nap and night? right, so nap will probably fall off very quickly, okay? That usually within a couple days, a couple weeks, children naturally get rid of that, all right? Now, the nighttime is different. Come back to me once your child is over 3 and I will help you out with that. If your child is under 3, don't put pressure on it. And don't put pressure on it for a couple months, all right? They're little. Let them rest and recuperate, all right?